In early mobile radio system, we are using high power transmitters to cover the entire area of only single high power antenna. Because of this, the bandwidth is not perfectly utilized, and also more bandwidth is required for this high power transmitters. So because of this, we are using small base stations at small coverage area. For each base station, we are using low power transmitters. For low power transmitters, we are using less bandwidth, and also this bandwidth is frequency reusable. Frequency reusable. For this, the efficiency of the system will be increased. We have discussed this. These are also the cell. Cell is nothing but an area around an antenna. The area covered under a antenna is called a cell. For each base station is called a cell. A group of cells is called a cluster. A group of cells is called a cluster. For each cluster, there are 7. For each cluster, around 7 cells. The cells are adjusted like this, and each cell is denoted as a base station. For the highlighted area, cell ones are frequency reusable cells. There are 3 types of cells: microcell, macrocell, and picocell. The macrocell is covering a large area, around 6 miles. For this one, high power transmitters and receivers are used. They are used in remote areas. There are used in remote areas, and all microcells. Microcells are used in for less area. That means half a mile diameter areas. For this, we are using low power transmitters and receivers. Low power transmitters and receivers. Last one is a picocell. Picocell is used for apartments. Used for apartments and small and large buildings. Used for picocells. Okay. Today's topic is basic components in a cellular network. Basic components in a cellular network. There are the main components used in basic cellular network. Here is a SIM card. Basic components in cellular network. First one is SIM card. It is a mobile device, right? Both these are called mobile station. Mobile station is nothing but mobile device plus simple. That means simpler cell phone is called a mobile station. Mobile station, which is connected to BTS. BTS is nothing but base station. Base station, we are also call it as cell. For each base station, we are using low power transmitters. Low power transmitters are used for every base station. All these base stations are connected to BSC. BSC nothing but base station controller. Base station controller. Different base stations controllers are connected to MSC, mobile station controller. Mobile station controller. In MSC, that means when mobile station controller, there are different ports: VLR, HLR, and EUC, EIR. These are all main parts in MSC. Nothing but mobile station controller. Clear? Here, BTS is nothing but base transceiver station. Base transceiver station. Base transceiver station is main component of a cell. Base transceiver station is a main component of a cell, that is a base station, which is also called low power transmitter antenna, and it connects the subscribers to the cellular network. That means our mobile phone is directly connected to the base station or cellular network for transmission and reception. Reception of information, right? That means our mobile phone is initially connected to the base station. Initially connected to the base station, right? Next one is base station controller. Base station controller is an interface between BTSS and, that means base transceiver station, and is linked to BTSS by cable or microwave links. That means all base stations are connected to base station controller, and also this is a controller controlling the operations between the base stations. It's called base station controller, and also the base station controller is connected to MSC, which is nothing but mobile switching center. Connected to MSC, which is called mobile switching center. The coordinator of a cellular network, it is connected to different base station controllers. It is connected to different base station controllers, and also it creates a link between base station controllers, right? Links the cellular network with other networks. The cellular network with other, like PSTN, public switching telephone network. That means it also links between the mobiles and land phones also. For that, it is using we are using mobile switching center. Mobile switching center. In mobile switching center, there are different parts. One is home location register. Second one is visitor location register. Third one is equipment identifier register. Equipment identifier register. First one is home location register. Home location register is a database maintained by the service provider. That means whether or suppose we are using a Geo service provider or Geo signal, it calls a service provider. The Geo network maintains the data about each subscriber, like location, account status, call bottom preference, call identification preference. All the pertinent data about the subscriber will be maintained in the home location register by the service provider, right? Second one is visitor location register. That stores temporary data about a subscriber. database that stores temporary data about a subscriber. It is kept in the mobile switching center of the area the subscriber is located in. That means where the subscriber is located will be kept in the mobile switching center, the VLR, visitor location register. Right? If the subscriber moves from one area to another area, the new MSC, that means for each area there is an MSC, mobile switching center. It collects the data from old MSC when the subscriber moves from one area to other area, which is called visitor location area. This third one is equipment identifier register. Like IMEI number and other information all are maintained in the equipment identifier register. Equipment identity register. That means EIR. Okay. Equipment identity register. In this, our SIM card is initially connected to base station, and these base stations are controlled by the BSC, base station controller. And all these base station controllers are maintained by the mobile switching center. And these mobile switching centers having different ports, like VLR, ELR, different types of registers to maintain the database regarding subscribers of the service provider. Okay. Subscribers of the mobile network. The mobile switching center also connected to PSTN, right, to internet and landline for the public switching telephone network. And this is the basic cellular network. But any area, any network, like any mobile network, this is the basic components required for a cellular network. Right? The other one is components of a cellular phone. What are the basic components existed in the cell phone? We all know that each cell phone is having a transceiver, nothing but transmitter and receiver, which is used to transmitting and receiving the signals, radio signals, transmitting and receiving radio signals. That means the transmitter, in the transmitter, the radio signals are converted to EM waves and sent to receiver, and also at receiver, the EM waves must be converted to radio signals. Because generally the message signals are all radio signals, right? Radio signals. The basic one is radio transceiver. First one is radio transceiver. Low power. Low power is transmitter and receiver. Second one is antenna. The antenna which is located usually located inside the phone. The antenna is also used in the phone. The other one is control circuitry. Control circuitry formats the data sent to and from the BTS and also control signal transmission reception. This control circuitry is controlling the signal transmission and reception, and also the, the data from the base station will be formatted by the controller circuitry, right? Next one is man machine interface, which is nothing but the keyboard and display. Man machine interface, that means we have to interface we have to interface to the machine by using either keypad, and olden days we are using keypad phones. Now we are using the display phones, right? By using display we are interfacing with the machine, consists from a keypad and a display, is managed by the controller circuitry, consists from a keypad and a display, is managed by the control circuitry. Next one is SIM card, integrated circuit card, that stores the identity information of subscriber. Integrated circuit card that stores the identity information of subscriber. Identity information of subscriber. These are all basic components of a cellular phone. So that called basic cellular network components, right? The CMC subject is very easy subject, total theory subject. I will forward a soft copy of a textbook to a group. Okay. These are all about